Hey everyone, and welcome. So, have you noticed how Ayurveda and yoga seem to be popping up together everywhere lately? You are definitely not alone. The demand is absolutely booming. The real question is, how do you navigate this whole new world and find the program that's actually right for you? Well, that's what we're going to figure out today. Let's dive in.
So what's the deal? Why this sudden explosion? It's pretty simple, actually. People are looking for more than just a workout. We're all craving a truly holistic system for health, one that looks at the whole person. And combining yoga and Ayurveda, well, it offers exactly that. It's a way to live with more balance, not just on your yoga mat, but in every part of your life.
Okay, so what is it that really makes an Ayurveda yoga teacher training, or YTT, so different from a standard one? Let's get into the core philosophy that totally sets these programs apart.
Now, check this out, because the keyword here is personalization. A standard YTT, it teaches you how to sequence a yoga class. But an Ayurveda YTT, it teaches you why a specific practice or a certain daily routine works for one person and maybe not another. It's all based on their unique constitution, their dosha, which is kind of like your personal mind-body blueprint in Ayurveda. It's a complete shift from just generic instructions to really tailored, therapeutic guidance. It's a game changer.
And this right here, this brings us to what is maybe the most important part of this whole explainer. Before you even start Googling schools or looking at pretty brochures, the whole selection process has to start with you. Your own goals are the compass. They're what will point you to the right training.
So this is where you really need to hit pause and ask yourself these three key questions. First up, what's my main goal here? Am I really drawn to the therapeutic side of things, or more about general lifestyle, or am I fascinated by Ayurvedic nutrition? Second, what format actually fits my life right now? Can I realistically jet off to an immersive retreat, or do I need an online course that works around my schedule? And third, how deep do I want to go? Am I looking for the theory, or do I want a program where I'm literally living the principles day in and day out?
And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? The author of our source material, who's a really experienced teacher, he just stresses this point over and over. That beautiful location, the price tag, the fancy-looking certificate, honestly, none of that stuff matters if the program's core mission doesn't line up with your personal why. Okay, so now that you've got your internal compass set, let's explore the landscape a little. We're going to take a quick world tour of the different kinds of programs out there, just so you can see how incredibly diverse the options really are.
All right, here's just a little snapshot of a few programs. Just take a second to scan this chart. You can see the variety right away, can't you? I mean, just look at the price difference between a therapy-focused course in India like Yoga Chaitanya, which is around $2,000, and a boutique retreat in Costa Rica like Hariom Yoga, which can be more than double that. And then you've got duration. Most are about 3 to 4 weeks, but then an online option like My Vinyasa Practice is totally self-paced. Remember, the point here isn't to find the best one, but to see how all these little details, location, cost, specialty, line up with the goals you just set for yourself.
Okay, let's zoom in on 2 of these just to see how this plays out in the real world. Both of these programs are eco-conscious, but they offer completely different experiences. On one hand, you've got a longer, more rustic immersion at an Indian eco-ashram for about $2,500. On the other hand, you've got a shorter, more luxurious boutique-style retreat in Costa Rica for almost $5,000. The core idea is similar, sure, but the vibe and the budget are just worlds apart.
And location, it plays a huge role. You could choose the serene, meditative quiet of the Himalayas with Yoga Chaitanya, which goes super deep into yoga therapy. Or you could immerse yourself in the vibrant, electric, spiritual culture of Bali with a program like Bali Yoga Ashram, which is just amazing for a foundational retreat-style experience. The setting really does shape the entire training.
And of course, one of the biggest decisions for a lot of people is whether to travel for an in-person immersion or to study from home. So let's break down what kind of learning really thrives in each of those environments.
Look, in-person training, you just can't beat it for learning hands-on adjustments and for building that really strong sense of community. That real-time feedback is priceless. But on the flip side, online programs are absolutely fantastic for absorbing the theory, the philosophy, the lifestyle principles, and especially the nutrition. Plus, they offer incredible flexibility and are often way more budget-friendly.
And here's a perfect example of how online training can really shine. My Vinyasa Practice combines a full 200-hour teacher training with a specific certification in Ayurvedic nutrition. This is the kind of deep theoretical dive that is just perfectly suited for a flexible, self-paced online format. It lets you really integrate the learning into your daily life without having to pack a suitcase.
All right, as we start to wrap this up, let's give you a final checklist. It is just as important to know what to avoid as it is to know what you're looking for.
So be really wary of any program that makes these huge, unrealistic promises. A YTT cannot certify you as an Ayurvedic doctor, and it can't promise to heal diseases. If a course calls itself an Ayurvedic TTC, but it only has 1 or 2 lectures on doshas, it's probably pretty superficial. And definitely watch out for the overuse of buzzwords like detox. A quality program is going to be grounded, transparent, and totally realistic about what it offers.
And this just brings us right back to the main idea, doesn't it? The author's personal experience says it all. The real value isn't in the pretty Instagram photos or the price tag. It's in how deeply the principles of Ayurveda are actually woven into the fabric of the training. From the food you're eating, to the way the classes are sequenced, to the daily routines you're practicing.
At the end of the day, a teacher training is so much more than a piece of paper. It's really an investment in how you want to see the world and how you want to live your life. So the final question is for you. What will your choice reflect?